So, me and my husband, we have a disagreement or something, and we don't argue about it. We just don't agree, right? And so we just go our separate ways that night. I'll go watch a movie or he go do something else. And then we go to bed. And so in the middle of the night, and I catch myself. If I stay focused on whatever happened, even before we get into bed, like if I focus on it or if I keep that going, like why he think this and why he, whenever I do have done that, when I look back in the past, it has prolonged it. And I laugh now because I'm like, dang, this was easy. Like, we don't realize what we're doing. What an example, a couple of nights ago, it happened. And before it, less than, I don't know, 30 minutes, an hour, I was sitting on the couch and I was watching a movie. And I said, I love that man. I said, he is just such an amazing man. And I just started focusing on everything about him that I loved. Everything about him that drew me to him to begin with. And see, that's why I'm a firm believer of capturing good moments. People are like, you always taking pictures. Every time I see you, you got a camera. Oh, this girl always taking pictures. Okay, but it works. Visuals are good. Visualizations help, right? I don't have to imagine some things. I could just look back up on the wall next to the couch and see the mural of pictures of us. I have another one that I'm doing. I have 2 already, and I have another one I'm about to do. And I look at all the happy times, and I'm like, we've had some good times. Like, we really, really have had some really good times. And I promise you, God is my witness, y'all. I'm not just saying this for this podcast. I'll look up, and before I know it consciously, because I'm like in my zone at that point, I'll feel something, I look down, and he done came and laid his head on my lap. And I just melt. And I'll be like, and I don't realize what I'm doing or what's going on at the time, but now talking about it, I'm like, I did that. like, it's that simple though. You know, the vibe you put off is the vibe you get back. Men feel your energy, ladies. Just like you feel them. You know, I know when something's wrong. Okay, so do they. So why do you think he gonna come if he know you sending off arrows and darts and what you call them things, swords? Why he gonna come over there and get cut up? If he a smart man, he gonna stay in his space. But then your mind, see, he don't even care. He know I'm mad. Why he ain't over here trying to? Because you saying he ain't. Just let it go. Then, like I said, I just thought about that because it just recently happened. And like I said, I didn't say nothing to him. I didn't argue about whatever. I can't even remember. That's how I get. Like, you don't even remember what it was because it really, in the big scheme of things, it ain't nothing no way. Whatever the disagreement or the difference of opinion was, I didn't even speak it to him that I didn't agree with what he said. I just said, oh, okay. And I let it go. And in my mind, I just began to dwell on everything about that man that I loved. And I started looking around the house at all the pictures. And if you don't have pictures, start making some. Start taking some. You know? Or close your eyes and just visualize something you do like. If you can't find, which I doubt, but if there's nothing you can find good about this man or this woman in your life, then close your eyes and think about kittens. What's something you like? You like elephants? Picture an elephant. Think about something happy. Think about the yellow brick road. I mean, you know, Think about Disneyland. That what they say, the happiest place on earth. That's it. That's a good one. When all else fails, imagine yourself at Disneyland, the happiest place on earth, and just dwell there and watch it switch. Watch it change, right? Because I have love for my husband and we have so much good, I can think, even when he does say something or do something that I don't like or I don't agree with, I still can dwell on him because I have so much love for him, right? Which takes us back to the book that we're reading and been reading, How to Stop Dating the Wrong Mr. and Miss Right, Attract the Right Heart, and Keep It. Now, if you with somebody and they not the right heart, then that might be why you're dealing with what you're dealing with. But if you with them and you've invested time, you've invested energy, I will not say that they can't become your dream boy or your dream girl. Because I know couples to this day. They said, girl, I couldn't stand that man when I first met him. But I don't know, it's just something now. So things can happen. Things can change. But you have to change in order for it to change. We're expecting everything and everyone around us to change. But that's not what changes things. Once we change, everything around us changes and shifts. Okay? So, I did not know I was on here this long, y'all. I apologize. I just came on here for a quick sec. But I still got a lot to go. But we're going to cut this now because I want to give myself time to meditate and get my energy up because I'm in kind of a solemn mode now. But I got my fitness class at noon. I love you all. I want you all to be happy, healthy, prosperous. Like, seriously. That's how the world becomes better. That's how generations, our children, we learn it so we can give it to them. Our parents did the best they could. We can't keep using excuses and blaming, well, my mama didn't, and my mama didn't, and my daddy didn't, and I didn't have. That's not helping. Thank you. Okay, so let me go back before I finish. I was telling y'all about the bed scene. So you have a situation, you and the mate, and you have a disagreement. Okay, then you go to bed. Now, when you wake up, as you sleep, everything stops. Momentum, everything is still. When you wake up, the first 20 minutes is going to set the tone for your next day, right? So how do you set that tone? Do you automatically go back into what happened yesterday and then wonder why you're not having a good day? Then wonder why you don't feel good or you don't feel. Each day is a new day. And I have seen it with me and my husband, and I just laugh to myself, right? Like, he may have went silent after the end of the night. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, and I'm like, oh, you know what? He just wanted space. Okay. I don't think nothing negative. I don't think, oh, he must be mad or he must, because that's what you're going to get. I said, he just needed space. And I go into my loving, kind zone that I am. Because that's where I feel good, right? So I start dwelling on that and I just go to bed. Wake up the next morning. So, you can't control another person. You don't know where they're going to be the next day, right? So I'll wake up and I'll consciously do this, y'all. I'll be cracking up. I'll kind of turn my head and I cut my eye. I have my eyes still closed. You know how because the way I sleep with my back to him. It's just, I'm left-handed, and I don't know, it's just something, I always turn to that side. And so, unless which is good, because he sleeps facing me a lot of times. So, he'll pull me to him most of the time. But, when we're in those moods, I'll turn toward him with my eyes still closed, and then I'll crack open one eye. And he'll be looking dead at me, right? And he'll have this big smile on his face. And I just melt, y'all. Because I be like, in my mind, I don't say it, but in my mind, be like, yes! Because I'm not a person who like arguments. I don't like negativity. I don't like that. I like to be at peace. I like to, have good vibes and good attractions with the people I'm around. That's why the career I was in for 20 some years, it was just like, Lord, help me deal with these people daily. Because you're in a situation. Look, y'all, you know how you said Disneyland is the happiest place on earth? That was like, it seemed to have the stigma of one of the most unhappiest places on the planet. Because of the reasons people were going there, right? And so you had to you have to go in with an attitude of today's a great day. Today's going to be a happy day. My authorities and high ups that I had to sit side by side with throughout the day, they would say it. They were like, oh, today. I'm like, nope, not today. I'm like, do not say that. And they would look at me. Now, mind you, y'all, these folks is like big in the world. If I say the name of them, you'll know, right? And so it's like, they would be like, you're right. Today's going to be a good day. I'm like, that's right. We're not going to claim that. We're going to have a good day. Everything going to go smooth. Everybody going to be in their place, and they would just start laughing at me. But I was serious. So it's like I started this a while back because I'm like, I refuse to go through the day miserable. I refuse to deal with this type of crankiness. Like, I can't function. I need peace. I need my zen. And in the midst of the day, like with the paperwork and the stuff we were doing, when I would feel it's like I could feel my shoulders, just the tension. I would just have to leave my desk and just go into a back room or go to the restroom and get in a stall and just breathe. Breathe. And that's how I survived a lot, right? Or I would call a coworker or email somebody, or somebody would send a funny text or something. Like, we kept each other going through that because you cannot allow your surroundings to control who you are. You have to control your environment. You can't control anyone else, but you can attract like minds. You can attract people with the same intentions if you put those intentions out. If you put out, girl, these folks just stupid. They just make me sick. They just don't know what they do. Guess what you gonna get? Everyone that come to your desk, everyone that come to your cash register, they ain't gonna have a clue as to what they doing. But if you put them intentions out before you get there in the mornings, today gonna be a great day. Everybody gonna have their stuff in order, all their documents, all their paperwork. Guess what your life is gonna be? So I just thought about that in the midst of me talking. But with my husband, I would look over at him, he'd be smiling, and I would say, or either he would say, "Good morning, baby." I'd be like, "Good morning." And he would just grab me like, "Come here, girl." And that's just all she wrote, y'all. That's all she wrote. But it had a lot to do with me. And I understand that now. Because there were mornings. Perfect example. College. When I knew him when I was 18. For almost a year, y'all, we did not speak. Because he did something, and to this day I still can't remember what he did, and he teased me about that. He said, "You did not speak to me for a whole semester." It was 3 terms, almost a whole year. I did not talk to him because of what he did. I kept that going. That was all me. I missed out on the fun and the joking and and women, we do it daily. Just imagine how many date nights, how many gifts, how many compliments, how many whatever you missing out on by staying in those moods. I look at my brothers, and as they're dating, and as they're, now developing families and things, they were some of the most low